In the United States, philosophy is overwhelmingly white and male.
When you think of philosophy, you always think of the white European men. You don't really think of these brown kids from the border really having any sort of impact.
Manuela Gomez is one of the few women in philosophy and one of even fewer Mexican-American women in the field. She's a professor at El Paso Community College and the founder of the El Paso Philosophy Club.
I like to think that we create and participate in pragmatic projects that really have impact inside and outside of the classroom.
Many students at the college cross a bridge from Mexico to the U.S., and the club aims to show how philosophy exists outside an elitist academic bubble.
On one side, we have Ciudad Juarez being labeled one of the most dangerous cities in the world because of its drug war, because of its narco violence, femicides, etc. And then El Paso, Texas as one of the safest.
The club is democratic, too. Members put ideas they want to talk about into a box, then choose at random. They research the topic and come prepared to discuss it. One time, they discussed the philosophy of traffic.
Because somebody got to the meeting late, and to justify them being late, they were just putting it in as a joke. And then it ended up being selected.
That turned into a discussion about the role of government in mobility and navigation, especially around the border.
And to us, it was a fascinating discussion because my students cross a physical bridge every day from Juarez to El Paso and vice versa. And sometimes it may take 3 hours to cross, sometimes it takes 5 minutes. And that's a reality to us. Like, the philosophy of traffic is something we never thought would be relevant.
At another meeting, they were reading Plato, talking about platonic love, and someone made a joke about not having a date on Valentine's Day.
And then the conversation led to, but do you really need a date? And is that really what Plato is talking about? And then we figured out, no. In fact, we're discovering that there's this more elevated and multidimensional type of love. And then from there, and this was the student's idea, why don't we all on Valentine's Day get together and have these random acts of kindness where we spread the love?
They talk about the philosophy of race and racism and moral responsibility. And in the last decade, they've raised over $40,000 in philanthropic projects. After the mass shooting at a Walmart in El Paso in 2019, members called an emergency meeting.
Where we talked about what does that mean to us? Like, how do we recover from this?
The club draws people outside the philosophy major too, like Jesus Guerrero, a former president of the club. He was finishing his bachelor's in biology with a chemistry minor when he joined.
Obviously, it was completely different from what I was used to from just hard sciences, and I just fell in love with the project and how much we were involved in the community. That's what motivated me to stay with the organization for so long.
Daniel Avitia, another former president, said the club has helped him realize how relevant philosophy can be to understanding his community.
Being a first-generation student here in the United States, my parents migrated to the U.S., and now living at the border, I see how migration is a topic that I specifically have like a personal relationship with, but also, it's present in my community.
Borders are a big theme in the El Paso Philosophy Club. Geopolitical borders, borders in academia and in philosophy, and what it means to cross them. For Philosophy Talk, I'm Holly J. McDeed.